What's up, y'all? It's Chris. So, we really live in a day and age where people feel comfortable to speak without any type of knowledge. Like the most ignorant of ignorant feel comfortable to discuss some shit they have no clue about. I'm talking about Daniel Kunzer. Daniel Kunzer. So Daniel Caesar is a R&B singer. He's 23 years old. He is from Canada. I am familiar with this artist. I do know who he is. I do know his music. He has a beautiful song called "Get You" by he and Kali Uchis. Please, Kali Uchis, don't let us down. Like, I don't need to not listen to your music either. But so that's why this situation makes it very unfortunate that he decided to hop on his IG Live and coon it up for us. So, those of you that don't know, Daniel Caesar decided to hop on IG Live and he rallied up black people. And for a second, I really thought that he was going to say some fire shit. But he had questions and he proceeded to then offer solutions to his own questions. And listen, I don't mind questions. If you're a black person and you want to raise your consciousness and you want to learn, I have no problem. Not all of us are born aware. We live in a very brainwashed society, so it's not a problem. But do you really think that getting on IG Live on such a public forum is appropriate to ask questions about said topic? Especially when the questions were revolving around Yes Jules. And just a quick synopsis about Yes Jules. She's a rapper from Miami. She's also known as a culture vulture. She constantly shits on black women, constantly crosses the line when it comes to appropriateness in black culture. She's done things in the past such as like putting on a Twitter, a tank top that said, "Can I wear this to the cookout?" And the shirt said, "Niggas be a lot." She went on a radio interview recently and talked and just shitted on a few prominent black women who work in the entertainment space. And black women was not feeling that. So black women took care of her. They dragged her by her roots, held her accountable for her actions, and said, "We're not having that, and that shit ain't cool." Done deal. It was done. It was addressed. No one had any qualms about it. So Daniel Caesar decided to dig us some shit that black women had already taken care of and said, "Why are you guys mad at this white woman? Why?" And that's where in this society that white fragility comes into play. We live in a society where all people, not just black people, are taught to protect white women because they are perceived as harmless and innocent. And you see this all the time constantly in like racial tension movies where the male character is overtly racist. Like you hear the way he talks to black people, you see the way he treats black people, but his female counterpart is always like nice and sweet and kind to all the niggers. No, white women are just complicit to white supremacy. They help uphold the system as well. So it's no surprise that Daniel Caesar felt the need to step on the necks of black women to deceive this innocent perceived white she-devil. So crazy to me because like black women put this man's career on. Like y'all would not know who this man was if it wasn't for black women. Black women cape for everything. They're always the first ones out on the line for us. And you have the nerve to question some shit that black women have already taken care of? You should be ashamed of yourself. And then he went on to compare black women complaining about Yes Jules in the same manner how he was being sensitive about David Chappelle calling him gay. Like, oh, it's just jokes. We gotta learn to have some humor. Listen, if I have a sensitive spot on my shoulder and I say, "Oh, it's kind of sore, don't touch it," and you touch it, and I go, and you touch it again, and I'm like, and you touch it one more time, I am liable to slap the shit out of you. Like, you cannot control people's reaction when you do some disrespectful shit. And then he continued in his video to say that white people haven't been been mean to us recently. That's all in the past. Like, niggas love to have this type of rhetoric. Like, yeah, we elected a black president. Like, and I find that one funny that people use that as an example. Because to me, honestly, having Barack Obama as our president just really showed that racism is still thriving and breathing really well in this fucking country. Okay. So that whole argument doesn't even hold up. Like, no, sir, this shit is happening to us now. White people constantly shit on black people. There's police brutality, there's erasure, there's poor education systems, there's just poor representation all around, gentrification. Shall I go on? I feel like this nigga been hanging around like Kanye West, I swear to God. He then referred to white people as the winning team. Listen, I'm not even going to entertain this thought of them being the winning team, but if I was to, it's only because they've been stealing black people's shit constantly. He clearly hates himself if he values what white people do as winning. So he continued to talk, and let me remind you, he was still talking to us black folks. And he said, listen, cancel me. You guys don't have to listen to my music. Like, don't support me, but this is just how I feel. Basically, that was code for thank you for putting me on. I got all the money from y'all niggers. I got my white folks supporting around me. I don't need y'all no more. You see this shit constantly by black men. Constant. So the final thoughts for me with this is if you aren't well versed in something, if you are lacking a bit of knowledge, if you have some concerns and questions, then just shut the fuck up. Educate yourself before you speak. Really, the best thing you can do is just to believe black women and don't get in the way of black women when they're taking care of their business. That's how I feel. Let me know what you guys think of this topic. Love to hear you guys' opinions. Do you feel that black women constantly get shit on in the society that we live in? Because this is blatant right here as far as I'm concerned. Please leave a comment, like the video, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.